Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village Arc episode number 2 reaction. Alright, the previous episode it was the beginning of this season and it was almost like a 1 hour special and we got to see quite a few things. The first thing that we got to see is we actually got introduced to all the upper moons and we saw the person who's like the strongest of them. I don't remember his name. He looks a lot like that guy, like who we saw in Tanjiro's when in season 2 when he like with the earring. He looks a lot like him. Even the markings and everything, it looks so much like him. So I'm kind of thinking maybe there's like a connection to both of them. We'll see in the future. But like that guy, a few others we saw. I've forgotten most of the characters' names. At that moment I remember, but now I've forgotten. But I'm sure we'll get to know more of them in the future, and I'll get used to their names. So that was the first part, and Musan kind of ordered a few of them to go and do their thing, and that was the first part. Then the next part, Tanjiro wakes up and goes to the swordsmith's village, and here he meets with Mitsuri. I think that's her name, Mitsuru, or is it Mitsuru? Mitsuri, I think. And also we also get a brief glimpse of that guy. Again, I've forgotten his name. The big one, the big guy. With the little like a scar over here. That guy. And in the end, we see another Hashira. I think his name is Tokito. With Tokito, there's another person who we saw who looks a lot like that guy. Like a lot of things happened in the previous episode. Let's see, it's going to continue from there. I'm guessing we'll get to see who this person is with the earring. Is this the same person or is it some different person? We'll see. I'm pretty sure it's a different person because that guy was was alive a way a long time ago. If this is, I don't think this is the same guy. Like this must be someone else. Anyways, let's see what happens. This is episode number 2. Let's begin. So I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god! Wait, what the? Okay, I was not expecting that. It looks like a puppet. Wait, what? Just smacks the... It's a puppet. Damn, yeah, he's strong. Hmm. Oh my god. Well, wait, does Tanjiro not recognize him? Wait, wasn't he there? Does he not know about Nezuko? Yeah. Alright, here we go. I love the opening. The opening is really good. And it's crazy how there's like two like one band and like a solo artist, like actually like two separate people singing the song. Like actual like a, I don't think I've ever seen something like this in any anime opening. Is this the first time that two artists are doing one opening? It must be. Like Man with the Mission and Millet, both. Okay. Yoriji type 0. Yoriji. Oh, he just dipped. Oh, okay, he took, okay. Oh boy. G. Damn. I don't think that's what he meant by it, but damn. He takes everything quite literally, doesn't he? Oh, damn. Is he talking about the puppet? Like breaking down? Oh boy, this guy is a bit. I. That's one way of saving someone, making swords. Okay, I don't like him. Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Okay, he takes everything so literally, in literal sense. Oh, wait, who's that? Oh, it's the Haganaizuka, isn't it? Yeah. Oh boy, he's not interested. Yeah, well, Talk no Jutsu won't work on him, so yeah, there you go. Haganaizuka, isn't it? Is this Haganaizuka? Everyone's like mask are the same, so I don't know. It must be. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Key. What key? Hmm. Okay. What? That was a puppet. Yeah. All right. Mechanical doll. There you go. Why does it have the same face as the guy who we saw in Tanjiro's memories? 108 moves. Yorichi type 0. Whoa. Oh boy. Oh, he's fighting against it. What the? Yeah. Damn. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Wow. That's impressive. That's how strong he was. Yeah, and the earrings. Mm. Oh. Yeah. Hmm. It is kind of broken. You can see the eye part. So he's fighting against it. Hmm. What is this Ryakugimiya? What? Oh, his crow. Yeah. Okay. Oh my. There you go. He remembers. But I don't know. Inherited. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, talking crow is not. Futetsu. Wow. Oh, dealt damage. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, he's okay. Why is he? Oh, he's probably crying. That's why not showing his face. Whoa! What the? What? Yeah. Hmm. 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 Damn. Oh, so he's training against it. Makes sense. Oh, wait, he's going back. As if did he? Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Tanjiro's face is like just yeah. Oh my god. What state is it in? Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's working. Oh no, it'll start attacking us. Yeah. Okay, it's going to attack you. Oh wow. He's like, yep, I'm going to use this as an opportunity. Wow. Okay, that's funny. Oh boy. What is that? Is that clubs? Yeah, five. It's five. Okay, let's see what. Wow. Oh no. Wow. Oh no. Damn. Ugh. Oh my god, yeah. Clubs are a. Wow. What happened to his personality? Okay. Hmm. Well, you know awfully a lot about this. Denounce. Wow. Damn. Yeah, I guess that's why he kind of changed it to clubs. Like blunt trauma you're gonna get. Wow. Yeah. I feel like this is counterproductive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, obviously this is going to happen. Like I said, it's counterproductive. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. Oh god. What? What's going on? It's a weird dream he's having. Hmm. Yeah. Or maybe because what? Oh, he was like trying to predict. Nice. Oh. Yeah. Well. Huh. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Yep. Okay. Don't. Yeah, I was thinking like the blunt. Maybe the blunt. Oh. Okay. No, but. Ooh. Oh. What? Nice. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. You can get another one. Oh, there you go. It worked. Wow. Wait. There's a. There's a katana inside it. All right. That was a surprise. It's as if, oh, the person who will be able to lop my head off is worthy of this katana. Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay, I don't think we've. Yeah, I don't. We haven't heard the ending. Let's see. The blindfold. Wait, is this also Man with a Mission? The ending? Man with a Mission, yeah. And Millet. Oh, okay. I was like, this. Oh my god, wow. Alright, both the opening and the ending are. Oh. Wait, was that her? Like her past self or something? Nezuko's too fond of her. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. Wait, what? Yeah? Okay. Oh my god. Alright, that's it. So, this episode, we suddenly get dragged inside a training arc, like Tanjiro is getting, I guess you could say, trained by Kotetsu in a weird way. But yeah, it is helping him, like learn more and hone his skills. So, in the beginning, we get to see like the previous episode. It ended in that section where we did not get to see the mechanical doll. We just saw like it's like the hair and everything with the earring. So I was like, wait, what is going on? Like we've seen that man in Tanjiro's flashback and his memory. So like, is what's he doing here? So obviously here in this episode we get to see this thing and we realize that it is actually like a mechanical doll. And yeah, the appearance is so similar to the man in Tanjiro's dreams because this was probably made in his image. And how, like, he was that talented that he actually, the mechanical doll had to be given six hands to somehow replicate that skill. That's crazy. Okay, so we can see Tokito here. I think that is his name. Yeah, he's asking for the key while this little kid Kotetsu is not, like it's not giving him the key because he's afraid that the mechanical doll will get hurt, it might get broken, and his family had given him the what's that word, the responsibility of keeping this thing okay. And here's the thing, uh, I'm guessing he was so afraid of it breaking down because he himself kind of said later on that I don't have much talent. I cannot do swordsmanship. Neither do I have any talent in, fixing. Like being a blacksmith or fixing the mechanical doll. So I feel like that is the main reason why he's so afraid of the mechanical doll breaking down, because he probably thinks that he won't be able to fix it up, and something like that. So, and like how his family and everyone had faith in him. However, him unable to fix it will be kind of making, will be kind of like he'll be disappointing them in a way, I guess. So that's what he's afraid of. That is why he's like, oh no, I'm not going to give you the key. While Tokito is like, oh, you're just supposed to be like a apprentice blacksmith. How dare you talk back to me? And you can see he's very blunt. Like there's a few things I could gather from the little conversation that we had with him. Number one, he's very blunt. Number two, I don't think he pays much attention to anything that he doesn't seem worthy enough. That is why, first of all, he doesn't remember Nezuko, even though he was there in the Hashira, that whole thing. I don't think he paid much attention there. Another thing is like he also forgot Tanjiro by the end, where he was like, "Oh, who are you again?" So unless and until he finds someone, I guess you could say, worthy of paying attention to, he probably doesn't pay any attention to them. And yeah, so he's blunt. He doesn't pay attention to stuff that he doesn't feel worthy enough. And he's very wait, there's another thing I felt, that he's very he takes everything quite directly at face value. Like, like when symbolically they were like kind of metaphorically they were talking about a few things, and he took them in the literal sense, and like that type of thing. So yeah, obviously he's very strong. We could see he's quite strong. We still don't exactly know what his power is. I think like Kotetsu kind of said later on that he uses the sun breathing. I'm going to go to that part and read that part. But yeah, here in this episode he didn't even use any of that. He was just using his swordsmanship, which is impressive that he only using swordsmanship he was able to take go toe to toe with the mechanical dog. Okay, so yeah, he's kind of like like grabbing Kotetsu, and he's like, oh, give the key to me. And Tanjiro comes and tries to stop him, and sees that he cannot even budge his hand. He's very strong, and Tokto just kind of chops his stomach and kind of makes him fall down. And then he's like, wait, I can you're very weak. How are you a demon like slayer? How have you got inside the demon slaying corpse? And then he's like, wait, I can feel a demon's presence. What's up with that? Is there a demon over there? Tries to grab the box, and Tanjiro gets pissed off and like slaps his hand away, and he's like, don't touch it. So this is what I was saying. So he didn't pay attention when that whole thing was happening, was it? Like I'm pretty sure he was also there in that whole Hashira thing. In season 1 that happened where he was called in front of all the Hashiras, and he had to go through like a judgment or whatever. And that part, he was there. As far as I can remember, he was there, but I don't think he paid any attention to that part. If he did, he would have remembered Nezuko. So he didn't pay any attention, and that's why he's like, oh, why am I getting a demon's presence here? Because he doesn't know. Either way, so later on, we get to see Kotetsu, Tanjiro saves Kotetsu, and Kotetsu's like, don't touch me, because obviously he's kind of paranoid, like a demon slayer is kind of bullying him, so he's not really trusting of Tanjiro at the beginning. And he's like, even if you torture me, I'm not going to give you the key. And like I said, Tokito takes everything so literally. He's like, oh, torture you, but even grown-ups can't take torture. Why do you think you will be able to go through that? Like I don't think that's what Kotetsu meant. That was like a metaphorical way of like, oh, I'm never going to give it to you. That's why he said, even if you torture me, it's like a saying. But he took it like in literal sense. He's like, oh, that's impossible. You cannot go through the torture. Anyways, and okay, so here we can see that he also says that don't obstruct a Hashira in his duty. A Hashira's time is worth far more than the time spent by you people. If you think a little, you'll eventually get that, won't you? Swordsmiths can't fight, you cannot save lives. Now, this is a very wrong, thing that he says here. You cannot save lives. The fact that they're able to use the weapons is because of them. And if you, if I can remember correctly, their weapons are different than the normal weapons. The demon corpse, Slayer corpses, weapons. They're a lot different than a normal weapon. So you cannot really say that, oh, you're not saving any lives. They are, by literally providing you the weapon to fight. if you didn't have the weapons, if you didn't have the katanas, what would they do? Box against Muzan? Have a boxing match? I don't think that's how you can. In no way are you winning. So yeah, that way they are kind of helping them out. But he's like, oh, you guys don't have any importance, this and that, all that stuff. And Tanjiro gets pissed off, just smacks his hand away, and he's like, oh, you have no tact, you're cruel, I don't like you. And he just blankly stares at him. And when Tanjiro was giving him, telling him oh no, Swordsmiths are also people who save lives, this and that, when he was giving this whole explanation, he's like, I couldn't care less, and just smacks him in the stomach and just makes him go unconscious. And there you go. That was it. Like I said, Tanjiro's talk no jutsu failed horribly here. He tried to kind of convince him, but he was like, "Yep, I don't care." Just gives him like a punch in the stomach. Now, obviously, I first impression is kind of bad. I don't really like him, but who knows? Maybe it'll change because he's one of the Hashiras. Maybe he'll go through some actual character development in the future. But for now, first impressions, yeah, I'm not really that. There's the thing. We met two Hashiras properly before this, Rengoku and Tengen. So these two, their first impressions were very good. Rengoku, the first impression was like, oh, like very confident, boisterous, filled with confidence, strong, that type of thing, like a burning flame, that type of introduction we had. And Tanjiro immediately started calling him like Aniki. Now Tengen, it was a little rocky start, because he literally came to kidnap that girl, I forgot her name, to take her to the infiltration mission to the entertainment district. So, and then they started Tanjiro and them went with him. So it was a little rocky start, but it was still, we get to see how Tengen is also a very nice guy. But here, this Hashira, oh, Mitsuru as well. Mitsuru was also pretty nice, a nice introduction to her. However, this guy, he's just so much direct, and he his words and everything. It seems like he's very, what can I say? I don't know exactly what to say, but it wasn't a good first impression. But like I said, he is supposed to be one of the Hashiras, so I'm guessing in the future we'll probably get a little character development on him, and maybe he will change, but we'll see. This is Tanjiro we're talking about, so I'm pretty sure Tanjiro, after interacting with him and everything, maybe he will change little by little, or maybe he won't, who knows. We'll see. Either way, first impression is not really that good, but let's see how this goes. Okay, after that we can see when Tanjiro is unconscious, Haganezuka comes in, kind of gives a little peek. But then when he realizes Tanjiro's waking up, he just runs. And I love how Tanjiro's like, was Haganezuka here? I'm pretty sure he smelled her. He definitely smelled him. He wakes up and he's like, yep, he must have been here. Anyways, so here Kotetsu is oh, Tanjiro's like, what happened? What happened? You were not giving him some kind of a key. What happened? Where is the Hashira and where is the mechanical doll? So Kotetsu talks about what's going on. This is like a mechanical doll. It's very important, to him. It was entrusted to him by his ancestors, that type of thing. Okay, what was the name of the mechanical doll? Just a minute, let me check. Mechanical doll Yoriichi Type 0. Okay, so he says how this mechanical doll can overpower a human capable of 108 moves. And obviously Tanjiro's like, but why does it have 6 arms? And he's like, yeah, because it's so the person who this was made for, modeled, the one whose appearance was taken, that person was so strong that to replicate his moves, we had to give it 6 arms. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? like 6 arms. Wow. Just to replicate the skill level. And so they kind of go and see Tokito fighting against the doll. And at first I was so confused. I was like, why is he fighting against it? What does he want with the doll? But little by little I understood. He is actually training, using it as a training, an opponent. That's why he wanted the doll. Okay, so Tanjiro's here we can see Tanjiro kind of is like, wait a minute, I feel like I've seen him before. Where have I seen him? And he cannot remember at that moment, obviously, in his dream. And you can see the Kotetsu is very, very, like, has a very low self-esteem. He's like, I cannot, like, fix that mechanical doll. Neither am I good at swordsmanship. I'm like useless. Like, I cannot do anything. And while Tanjiro is also looking at Tokito and thinking that, yeah, he's very talented as well, like Tokito, because he's probably my age, but he's like doing all of this so quickly, and he's fighting against it. And here, Kotetsu suddenly drops like a very big information. He's like, oh yeah, after all, he's the descendant of the wielder of the sun breathing technique. So descendant. So I obviously, like, so the sun breathing, the wielder of the sun breathing technique, he was his ancestor as well. All right, so this is the thing. The person that we saw in the flashback, at first, in the, like, before the previous episode, like, see, episode 1 of season 3, I was under the impression that he was Tanjiro's ancestor. Previous episode, we kind of saw that he's not Tanjiro's ancestor, but he is someone related to his, like, like Tanjiro's ancestor. Like, Tanjiro's that person that we saw who looks so much like Tanjiro, Sumiyoshi, I think that was his name. He was Tanjiro's ancestor. So while this guy, like, the sun breathing technique wielder, he was just like someone who saved Sumiyoshi from, like, Sumiyoshi kind of said in the dream that, oh, you helped me out, you saved my life, so that's what happened. So, like, the previous episode kind of cleared a few things. Like, one of the big misconceptions I had, that he's Tanjiro's ancestor, was cleared. I don't think he's Tanjiro's ancestor. He's just someone who knew Tanjiro's ancestor. But that also brings up the fact that why does Tanjiro see him in his dreams? Like if he was like his ancestor, I could understand that was the reason why he saw him in his dreams. But I don't think he's the ancestor. He's the acquaintance of his ancestor, isn't it? Anyways, like, I'll just wait. There's a few things that I'm still kind of confusing, that I'm guessing we need more elaboration, which we'll probably get in the future. But either way, however, this dude, Tokito, he is the actual descendant of the wielder of the sun breathing technique. Okay, so alright, so, oh no, sorry, oh my god, Kotetsu did not, like, say this. The crow said this, the crow of Tokito. She said this. Okay, yeah. Now, first of all, I was extremely surprised suddenly, like, hearing Rie Kugimiya's voice. I was like, what? And then this crow comes out, and I'm like, alright. Anyways, this crow starts talking about, like, you can see the crow is very, like kind of boasting about Tokito. She's like, like this is Tokito we're talking about. And, like, you can see that. Alright, so here Tanjiro is like, oh, but I feel like I've seen the mechanical doll before. And the crow is like, oh, like, what are you talking about? Like, this person was alive in the Sengoku period. How do you know him? This and that, and starts kind of biting Tanjiro with the beak. And actually, for a moment, Tanjiro was like, you know what? Is something wrong with me? Like, I'm seeing weird people in my dreams. He's like, yeah, you're right. Like, this person was supposed to be alive in the Sengoku period. Why am I getting to see him in my dreams? He's like, is something wrong with me? Anyways, so Kotetsu kind of, like, says something here. He says, like, oh, I don't think, like, it's anything, like, surprising that you're seeing that type of dreams. What you saw in your dream must have been your ancestors and memory, which is true. That was Sumiyoshi's memory, wasn't it? His ancestor, like, he wasn't really seeing that man, he was seeing his ancestor's memory. So, you know what? Okay, I was just saying this in a few moments ago. I was just, like, talking about this. I was like, I'm so confused. If that is not his ancestor, why is he seeing his dreams? It doesn't make sense. But now it would make sense, because the thing that Kotetsu says here, it kind of makes sense. Like, no, I don't think he's looking at the, like, that guy's memories. he's actually looking at Sumiyoshi's memories, and Sumiyoshi has seen this guy, and that's why we can, like, Tanjiro can see this guy in his dreams, because he's kind of replaying Sumiyoshi's memory. It's not that he's looking at that guy's memory. So I think that's the reason why this is happening. But let's see. Let's wait and see. I'm sure they'll properly explain it. Okay, this was your ancestor's memory. and the crow's like, preposterous. Anyways, so here they kind of introduce themselves, like Kotetsu introduces himself. And you can see that he attacks Tokito attacks a mechanical doll and kind of like injures it a little bit, and Kotetsu runs away. So Tanjiro then starts trying to find Kotetsu, and you can see Kotetsu's like, he's like, oh, I can find you, I can smell you, you know. And Kotetsu's like on a tree kind of crying, and Tanjiro talks to him, kind of like, you know, like motivates him, says that like Kotetsu says, you don't need to say me that I am a loser, I know that. While Tanjiro's like smacks him. You can give up and stop caring. I wish you wouldn't talk about yourself that way. And he says, like, even if you are not able to do something, you have to keep going so that someone can take over from you. Maybe your kids, your grandkids might find a way. Which is kind of true. I guess you could say, like, for a profession like Swordsmith, like, you know, like king business. Yeah, like, maybe he really is not that talented in making, like, you know, swords. But that doesn't mean that if he just gives up, then it's over. You know, like it's true. His generation won't, like, you know, like, maybe his children won't really become a swordsmith. But if he keeps going, even if he is bad at it, maybe in his generation, or maybe someone else who he might find will be someone who actually has that talent, and they can take over from him. Like, you know, like, this is what Tanjiro says. Like, so even if you're not able to do anything, you know, even if you're talentless, you know, like, you have to keep going so that you can pass this over to someone. Don't let it die in your generation. Which is a good advice, I guess you could say. Like, you know, like, it is a nice advice, because Tanjiro's not saying that, oh, I'm sure you can do it. He's saying, like, oh, even if you cannot do it, just keep going until someone takes over from you. And I feel like Tanjiro also sees himself like this. He was also saying that, oh, like, I feel like I might die, you know, while fighting a demon or something, but I'm sure there will be someone who takes over from me. That's why I'm going. And yeah, obviously Tanjiro doesn't believe that he will be able to, like, you know, defeat all the demons or slay Muzan. I doubt he's thinking of all of that. He's just thinking that I'll just keep going up until I'm able to cure my sister, and someone is able to take over from me. You know, that type of thing he's thinking. Okay, so after that, you can see that Kotetsu kind of gets a little bit of a confidence boost, comes down, and then we get to see Tokito. He just comes back, and he casually just like, oh, like, my weapon is just got destroyed. So I took his weapon, and you can see the hand of the mechanical doll has been snapped. And yeah, he just leaves, and obviously Kotetsu is afraid. Oh, he even throws the sheath towards Tanjiro, and it hits Tanjiro's head. And there's an interesting thing that Tanjiro says here. He says that, okay, where's that part where he says that he doesn't have any emotions or something like that? Okay, here we go. Not a whiff of malice. He's not doing that on purpose, which is kind of interesting. So this kind of shows that he's not really doing this out of malice. It's just like this. You know, this is probably normal for him. This is probably just how he grew up or something like that. And for him, this is like normal. You know, that's why there's no hint of malice. He's not doing this to be mean. This is just him. That type of thing. While he's like, oh, but the crow does have a lot of malice. It's actually looking very spitefully at me, the crow. You know, Tokito's crow. Anyways, later on we get to see Kotetsu went to the mechanical doll, and it's raining, and the mechanical doll's like fallen down, and he's like heartbroken, but Tanjiro's like, okay, let us try to do, like, you know, kind of turn the key. And he does that, and the mechanical doll starts moving again. So Tanjiro's like, yes, like, we did it. And oh boy, as soon as this happened, Kotetsu's like, all right, you know what? You know, you are going to fight it. You will train against this mechanical doll, and you'll become stronger than Tokito, and then defeat him. And Tanjiro's like, wait, what? And oh boy, the training arc starts. Kotetsu has no clue how to train someone, so that's why he's just giving out some unreasonable demands. He's like, no food, no water, fight until you're able to defeat it. Like, all these like weird things he's saying. And I'm like, that's kind of counterproductive, isn't it? But either way, Tanjiro is fighting, and like, it's very strong. This mechanical doll is very strong. It has 6 arms, for God's sake. So it's like defeat, like, like attacking Tanjiro, like, knocking him out. And yeah, and Kotetsu's like, no, you have to do it. Like, you'll do this, and after defeating, like the mechanical doll, you'll go to him, Tokito, and say, like, that, oh, like, look at this, I'm so much better than you. Like, obviously, look, he's doing this to get his, like, kind of spite him, that type of thing. Because, like, he's pretty pissed off at Tokito. And that's why he's literally using Tanjiro for, like, his revenge thing. You know what? Smart plan, like, he himself, like he said, he's not a swordsmith, so he cannot really fight against Tokito. But he found out that, yeah, Tanjiro might be able to do it. So he's actually using Tanjiro to get the spite out of his system. So yeah, either way, this kind of works out pretty well for Tanjiro as well, because he's kind of getting trained against this mechanical doll. But like I said, the fact that he wasn't really given food and water was kind of a bit overkill, I feel like. And Tanjiro, by the end of it, was like all like, sunken cheeks. He's like, no water, no food. He's just like completely, like, it's just weak, cannot really fight. And you can see they kind of changed the swords to clubs so that he doesn't really get actually injured. His arms doesn't get sliced off. He'll probably get some like blunt, traumatic, hits in his abdomen or something. At least he won't be slashed. But yeah, Tanjiro's fight, like, this part was kind of funny because Tanjiro actually kind of like, like falls down. Like, he's like, he's so weak, he just falls down, and then he actually sees like a vision of him going towards, like, like crossing the river and going, like, like, and dying, that type of thing. But then he falls into the river and he's able to grasp something, a glowing stone, like something shiny when I glance towards the bottom of the river. Yeah, and so this is like a different thing. This is not really the opening thread, but it's something else. It's like a feeling that he's getting. So he kind of looks immediately at the mechanical, like doll, and kind of predicts as to which arm is going to come towards him, and he counters it perfectly. And slashes him and is able to, like damage it a little bit. So Kotetsu's like, good job, like, I'll give you food now. And he's like, yeah, like, like onigiri with plums and like a tea or something, he said. Rice ball and pickled plums, and want high quality goku roti. Alright, he's provided all of that and he's eating. And then after gaining some energy, he's again fighting against it. And this time he's able to use that, like, like thing again, that glowing stone thing that he's like using. He's like, I can tell by the scent where he's going to strike. So I'm guessing this is like some kind of a sixth sense that he gained. So unlike the opening thread, he's actually predicting this stuff here. And yeah, and he then kind of dodges the blow and then attacks the mechanical doll. His hair kind of gets slashed off a little bit, and at first, like, we didn't really realize what happened. Tanjiro fell down, and Tanjiro's like, oh, like, like, I wasn't able to deal any damage to it. But then we see the neck of the mechanical doll broke, the head fell down, and there's a freaking sword inside of it. A 300-year-old sword. And obviously Tanjiro is like surprised. So I'm guessing the sword is literally like, oh, if you're able to take my head, you'll be worthy enough for this sword, that type of thing. And the person, like, the person who made this, and the person who was being the model for this, that guy in Tanjiro's memories, that guy probably, like, like inserted the weapon inside of it and told the person who made this mechanical doll to model it like this. And obviously this was like a little test, like if you're able to defeat this thing, lop its head off, you'll be worthy enough to get the sword, that type of thing. But that also makes me feel that then I feel like Tokito could have also been able to, I don't know, maybe he could have been able to defeat his as well. But the fact is, he just took off its arms. He did not really attack its neck. So I don't know. I feel like Tanjiro, like, actually, like, dealing damage to his neck kind of like worked out here, because I'm pretty sure Tokito could have done the same thing as well. But it's just luck, isn't it? Like, Tanjiro, like, kind of luckily attacked its neck and destroyed it and realized that, oh, there's something inside of it. Like, isn't it? Is that the type of thing, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I feel like Tokito could have also damaged its neck, but he didn't really do it. He just attacked its hand and just left that. But then Tanjiro came and started training against it, and somehow was able to damage its neck. And it was just a coincidence that he damaged its neck, and the weapon then came out. So this should be interesting, seeing what type of weapon that is. And in the next episode we'll see, probably. And yeah, let's see how everyone reacts. Either way, and that was it. That's my reaction to episode number 2 of Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village arc. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Demon Slayer. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.